Yes,
I
for
have my
sure.
notes too.
Oh, that's great.
Our live, Kate. So,
Hi.
good morning, everyone.
Good
Rapshel
morning.
here. On behalf of the Women of Vision of Reading of Movement, I am so honored to speak with Kate Alexander today.
Good morning.
We are doing this remotely. She is in Virginia, and I am in Reading. And with our prior conversations, there's so much she has this creative minds, and she cannot wait to share that with everyone that's watching or part of the Women of Vision, and obviously members of the Women of Vision. So, guys, help me welcome copywriter Kate Grace Alexander. Good morning, Kate.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Good morning. How are you? Good to see you all. Merry Christmas.
Wonderful. I'm
Happy
so
New Year.
excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, clear,
That's,
clear.
I'm excited to
I'm
be
so
here too.
excited to have you.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
I mean,
I
oh my
have
God, I was looking the map.
sorry, it must be the connection. I've been
Uh,
loving the
I'm
mission
sorry.
of Women of Vision for so long, since the very beginning, and it's just so exciting to see all that's happened within like a year. I mean, it's just exploded. So the message that Women of Vision shares amongst all of these amazing women, female business entrepreneurs is incredible, and I hope that maybe today will help a little bit in terms of I hope today will help a little bit in terms of seeing if we can craft messages and all of that.
I know, and we are so excited to learn from you. So so a little background about yourself. I'm so sad I didn't to before you move, before you relocate to LA. And I know you've been with the organizer for a year. Just give us a quick who you are. How did you get started of this on this creative business?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, honestly, I mean, I've been writing since I was 13. So crazy thing happened when I was a teenager. I saw this little contest you could do for a magazine, and you could write in and see if you could become an editor or a contributor. And so I got really excited, and I decided to try out for this. And so, sure enough, I was chosen to work on the magazine, and that was in part what started this journey. I've been writing for magazines and writing professionally, and also a lot academically for, I'm not going to tell you how long because it will reveal my age, but for a long time, since I was a teenager. Um, so what I love is that a lot of my background is actually Shakespearean, as well as musical and acting and all of that. And what I learned from Shakespeare is that his work is always relevant, always creative, and sustains. So what I wanted to do when I envisioned this business of Shakespeare Inc., and you can give me a like if you like on my Facebook page, or you can look it up on online. It's www.shakespeare.inc. If you just Google it, it will come up with a tattoo artist in Stratford upon Avon. But what I love doing for businesses is helping promote coming up with and identifying what your essence is as a person and as a company. So if we don't know who we are, just like in life and in relationships, then we can't actually help others. But if we identify the essence of who we are as a business and what it is that we want to do, then we're able to translate that to our customers and to those who we can serve and help. So my goal, so I've written for a lot of different types of things, from women business owners of real estate companies, solar companies. I've written video scripts. I write all of the website material. And basically, what I've really worked on doing is making sure that I encapsulate what it is that your vision is for your business. Who do you want to reach and why? And how can we put that in a way that's uniquely you? So basically, I really want to help female business owners articulate in a way that's going to make them come alive, that their passion comes alive, and that then translates to their audience and to their customers. Because ultimately, that serves everyone, including our own families, more.
Yeah, and I think I can creativity. I've been writing for a long time, so fast. I'm learning from you and entrepreneurs to constantly yourself and learn out there that could help you, as you said, translate your ideas and deliver the message to your audience, right? So I know you have your website, the Shakespeare that Inc. Is that the place we can go connect with you or to get started?
That's a really good question. So the best way to connect with me honestly right now is through Facebook Messenger. So I have a Shakespeare.inc page. And so if you like my page and then message me through that, or you can also become my friend on Facebook if you like Kate Grace. More than happy to connect with you there. My website, you can connect with me through that, but mostly by email. My background includes a lot of Shakespeare, as I said. So my email is katealexander@post.harvard.edu, but it's just a whole lot easier to connect with me through Messenger. And if I can find the link,
Yeah.
I would love to be able to. I'd love to be able. Which one are we on? Are we on Women of Vision Movement or a different page right now?
Women of Public page. And
Okay.
then we can share it. In fact, I just shared it on my personal Facebook. So all of my 5,000 Facebook friends, Kate, so they can see
That's
video that we're having, and then anything
yay!
that you can share with our audience, like not just the women of vision, not just entrepreneurs from
Yeah,
Shasta or from Reading, but
yeah,
base people around the world. I mean, I have business partners around the world, Kate, and it's just like the idea of harnessing or crafting a creative message to
exactly.
effectively deliver to our target audience, right?
Right, right. Well, I'd love to give you this. I'm going to post it online right now underneath our live. This is what I call
Okay.
a marketing messaging introduction. So it's a Google Doc, but it's open to all. And what it will do is it will help any business owner to craft their message before they sit down for a chat with a copywriter, even with a designer, or with someone who wants to help them with social media. But if we are able to hone in on who we are and what we want to say, and very importantly, who we're not as business owners, it will really, really help us. So that is, I'd love to offer that free
What
for
to
you all.
avoid, right?
Right. So that's there on our live right now.
Amazing. We should have a
What?
mhm.
Hello,
Say hi to Maris is watching.
hello, hello,
Good morning,
hello.
ladies.
Good morning. And I had the privilege, I'm so thankful to
Yeah, it's
Maurice.
great.
I'm so thankful to Maurice because at the beginning I had the privilege of actually helping the Women of Vision website create their copy. So if you want a little bit of taste of some of the things I've written, the website itself has quite a bit of my writing on it from working in partnership with you all.
Oh, we are the group. So we are on the Women of Vision movement page. So this is a group page, Marie. So yeah, I share that, and all my friends on
That's amazing.
Facebook watch and learn from this one.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
That's awesome.
I know we talk like quick because how Facebook or social media.
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically business use of Facebook. So what are the quick tips us to have to audiences and what? Let's start with do and do
Let's start with what? I'm sorry, my connection is a little bit wobbly.
with what
What to do?
the things that we need.
Yes, the first
Yes.
things that you need to do. So, hopefully, you already have a website. Hopefully, you have a Facebook page as a business owner. And hopefully, you have an Instagram. I'm still working on my Instagram actually with a wonderful strategist and influencer in LA. She's going to be working with me on it. Um, and she's actually working in partnership with me if anyone would like to increase their social media following, which I can get to in a minute. But Some of the things to do and some of the things not to do. First of all, we have to define who we are. So the basic journalistic question, who are we? And that requires way more brainstorming than we might imagine. And what I would really emphasize, even if you've already started your business, is to allow this part of the process to be messy, not to self-edit yourself at this point. So think about what it is that you truly love about your business and what you love about your customers. What is it that inspires you? What is it that makes you come alive? And is the whole reason that you're going through everything you do as a business owner? Because we know that there's a whole lot that's not glamorous about owning a business. So we have to really identify, like, what is that passion? Like, why are we doing this? What makes us come alive? Okay. And then we're thinking through, well, how is that unique from what others have to offer? So for me, just being a copywriter, for instance, a lot of people can write. Copywriting is its own niche. But then what made me unique, for me, I was like, well, what is it? And for me, it's my background and what I love to bring, as well as my heart for helping people figure out their identity and who they are and their essence. Okay, so I positioned that. That's what I decided. These are the things that are very much my passion and my why. And then another thing I think through, and I always talk with clients about this, and this is in the handout that I gave you online, is that you want to think about adjectives that you really want your customers to take away. When they come to your site, when they interact with you, what is it that you really want them to understand? Because quite honestly, for instance, you could have a real estate company that is more the traditional route that looks very much like what many others do, which is great, it's grand, that's remarkable. But if your unique point is either more a boutique setting, or is more family oriented, or is more positioned for young families, that's going to start crafting your message more. For me personally, when I was deciding on Shakespeare.Inc. as my name, I wanted to steer as really far away from quills and busts of Shakespeare and old dusty books. And so my three adjectives were basically modern, sexy, and appealing. And that then I would create things that were sustainable, creative, and relevant. So I needed to pinpoint in my mind what it is that I wanted to be like and what I wanted to do for my customers. And by doing that, it eliminates a lot. It's going to hone your message. The second thing I do is what you don't want to be. So 3 adjectives of who you are, 3 adjectives of what you're not. Okay? Because that starts to clear the clutter as well. So for instance, I didn't want to be antique. I didn't want to just be writing for traditional businesses all the time. And I did not want to seem like I was from the Renaissance. If there was a quill on my website, I was going to be really, really upset. Okay? So by honing that, it also starts to define more my customer. So that's the next thing I would do. So who you are, 3 adjectives. Who you're not, 3 adjectives. And then you want to start working through what your vision is and your purpose. So what is it that you really want to do for people? It can be as simple as help people buy houses. And then what you want to do for people and what you want them to take away. And then the thought is, okay, well, why is it that I match them? Why do we vibe? Why do we match each other? What's the attraction here? And work through that as well. Now, one thing I've also learned in this process with clients, with those that I'm writing their website materials for or their video scripts, is I really like for them to think visually, because I think we actually do. I think a lot of times we think in pictures, you know? So one thing that an amazing visual artist and designer helped me do, her name is Natalie Shaw, she said, set up a Pinterest board and capture images that remind you of what you want to be and put it on a board. And then do the same what it isn't. So capture images of what you don't want. All of this is going to help define your message. And then the next thing I would do, I would really work very hard at narrowing down your customer base. Who is it that you really want to work with? And then the last thing I would do if you're about to work with a copywriter, I would start drafting things. I find one of the things my clients have the most trouble with is that they're afraid of the blank page. And I am too. I'll be honest, I'm a writer and I still hate the blank page. But if we just get a little bit of pen on paper or in our notes, or even like using a microphone in our notes app, if we get some thoughts down, then we can actually start to tweak them. And the copywriter is going to be able to tweak them. But if we stop ourselves and we put up a big old X and we're worried about how it sounds and all of that, we'll never get anywhere. But if you get it down, then a copywriter or someone who's helping you craft your message is going to be able to help you elevate it and clean it up. But I'm also happy to talk a little bit about social media, but those are some of the keys. Basically, we got to figure out who you are, who you're not, what you look like, what you don't look like, who your clients are, who they're not. And all of that is going to start to become the simplest way to put together, in particular, your website copy. And by copy, I just mean all the words that are written down on your website. It's a lot harder than it looks. And if you've ever tried to write your own website copy, you'll experience that. But the goal is to make it as crisp and as essential, as distilled as possible. So it makes it pop. And it makes you the boss babe that you are.
Kate, I'm writing so fast, and in 29
I'm a teacher too, so I'll admit I can
in the well, we get a lot of information in the episode. What I'm saying is to 2019 year, we can start rethinking how we are going to brand our sellers.
Yes.
Like start writing down, brainstorming, drafting, and if we need to ability partner out to you, I'm sure we can benefit from your creative ideas. I think people also at least there are languages that are effective in delivering. And one thing I've noticed also in social media,
yes,
it can like you cannot write entire paragraph. I don't a lot of time down and watch what you're writing on Facebook or and so my point is like be creative, short and direct. So get your message, your get customers or clientele, correct?
yes, yes. So if we get our message across, then that will translate to serving more customers, to having more clients. And that's the key. And if we don't have that identity,
Cassie is can you the comment section.
What?
She said, do you on the comment section? Can you read it from your end?
I am on. I can see Jesse Baldwin's, but I can't see another. Oh, they're saying reception isn't great. Is reception bad? Can anyone hear me?
So asking if you were kind of blurry there.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. It's a little blurry, but it's okay.
Do you recommend to put information you can comprehensive? How do you work? drives more attention to your website? More information or little?
Good question. So what I would recommend, especially on social media, you there are a few different methods. One is to always inspire. So to be using posts in order to get people to be feeling the emotions that we're hoping that they have in real life. So inspirational posts, things that they would like to follow, things that they would like to be, using images that encourage and that make you excited. There are different approaches. One is to do what's called long form social media posts. Those evoke a certain sort of community feeling that you have with the person who is posting, with the business owner who's posting. You'll see influencers do this a lot. But then the other is that if you have shorter length posts, especially on Facebook, when it basically then keeps it in the caps, in the large, before it gets to a certain count, it's quite large. Those studies have shown actually are clicked on and engaged with more. So 1, image heavy, 2, short posts, and 3, if you do longer posts, they should be very specifically storytelling posts. You should tell a story that leads to what essentially is a buy, a purchase, or an engagement.
Kate, I mean, over, as I said, we are all learning from this one and we will all benefit from this information. So it's a trying time, but learn it from experts just like why not, and then you can harness how you business things like that. And thank you so much for sharing. We have 5 minutes left, so we have plenty of time. I have a question for you. I'm sure you've been in the business that you learn doing your business. Of course, it's unavoidable, right? We all make mistakes, but if we can eliminate it as much as possible, right?
Yes.
What should we do?
Well, there's some on the business level, things that I've learned on the business level, and then there's things on the copywriting level. One, with the writing level, if you're not going to hire someone to do the writing for you or to help you with it, shorter's better. Do less. 1, it does drive attention anyway. 2, if you don't like proofreading, you're probably willing to proofread shorter bits. So I would say mistakes to avoid are making things too long, making things without a purpose. So if it doesn't have a point to it, even if it's an emotion evoking one, even if it's to help people feel as though they're capable or inspire them to do something too, if it doesn't have a purpose, don't write it. Okay. And then I would also say proofread, proofread, proofread. I've been an English teacher for a really long time, so I'm particularly picky on this one. But even if not all the commas are in the right places, at least make sure the words are spelled correctly, because it does take away from business. It's unprofessional, and people notice. They'll think, if you don't pay attention to that detail, then how are you going to pay attention to these other details?
Amazing. Of course, and there's like a lot of tools that we can use that we can add. There's the spelling, just just spelling, and then if you're somebody to proofread at least 3 times, right? And just
yeah, and it pays off. I know it might take an extra 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes might be $500. So if you lose a client as a result of misspelling, so I would really recommend I would really recommend proofreading, as minor as that might be. I've been teaching English and all of that for about 12 years. And so I'm kind of a nitpick about it when I'm doing it myself. But I will
Yeah, I
say,
mean, you said it's like
go ahead.
you can keep it short, but then inside that you details and you really need,
Yes.
some redundant and so it pays with so hosting is a different story because you can like a one phrase, so it eliminates or and all that punctuation and the grammar. So different just applies different approaches, I'd say. So
Right.
if you are and have I think it's in your best interest to work with a copywriter. But to learn from you to post and not what started, it's a great start. It's
Right.
everyone get their feet into the business side.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Um,
And you share with me that you skate. Where can we handouts? I'm sure there's like all this in our community, especially with the group of the women of vision. We are interested and will be, you know, fortunate to have a hand on your handbook. We grab those.
yeah. Well, I would love to help anyone who's interested. I'm going to throw on, so on the free document that I gave you all to help branding and for your messaging, I put a Calendly link at the bottom where people can schedule a free consult with me, 15-minute slots and 30-minute slots, for them to speak one-on-one and talk through that worksheet if they'd like. And then in January, you can be on a lookout for, I'd like to do a free online workshop for business owners through with Women of Vision, or for anyone who's interested, that will just give them a few keys in terms of crafting their message. And then, of course, if anyone wants to work with me one-on-one, either on revamping their website or with me and my good friend Haley Grip, who is an influencer in LA and works with social media, we're offering packages where we will revamp websites and revamp social media pages to basically boost businesses for the next coming year. So I'll put
Well,
in
I'll
the
be one
comments.
of those kids.
That's amazing. I'll put all of that, some of the links for that in the comments of Women of Vision, so people can contact me. But again, I'm Shakespeare.inc on Facebook.
So on Shakespeare Inc. on Facebook, we can find the schedule for your online workshop, correct?
I'll be posting when that will be. And then you can also, I'm going to link right here
Okay.
my Calendly, which is where you can set up a phone call with me. It's just calendly.com/Kate Alexander. And that can be for free consults,
Okay.
15-minute consults or 30-minute consults, just to chat through that messaging document that I gave for all of our members.
Amazing, amazing. Well, your generosity and thank you for your time today. I'm sure
Thank you
everyone
so
else
much.
across the globe will learn so many things and just start their business for the coming year. It's a good start.
Yeah, I am so pleased. I'm so
Words,
pleased to see
Kate,
you.
to all. Any final words you can leave to all the entrepreneur, the viewers watching us?
Well, just know that my heart is truly for the women of vision and for the entrepreneurs. I want your passion and the reason that you feel called and placed on this earth to come to life. And a lot of that is just making your dreams come true, but it takes a lot of work. So my heart for you is that as you enter the next year, that you feel as though you have a sharper vision for who you are, why you are, and what you're about to do. Because the more that you flourish, the more that everyone around you benefits, from those closest to you to the world at large. So I just hope and pray blessings over you, and that this coming year is just filled with prosperity and goodness. So, and I'd love to connect.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I can feel your passion, Kate. It truly, you are passionate of what you're doing, and that's why you're in your business as well. So we don't have any more. See if we have questions, but I think we are. Yeah. So on behalf of the Women of Vision, we wish everyone a happy, peaceful, and a prosperous New Year, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Rochelle. You're
Well, be
amazing.
safe. Oh, to hope to catch up with you in LA when you're back. So be safe.
That
I'll
sounds
catch up
great.
with you because I need to speak with Haley with
Yes,
yeah, because
yes,
I'm an influencer and I need to work more because that's the medium I've been focusing on. So
right?
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that would be great.
Well, thank you
All
guys.
right.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you
for
so
joining
much.
us
Happy New Year, all.
today. Yeah.
Bye.
Guys.